Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakapadash. That's all praise to the Heavenly Father. His true name in the Hebrew is Yahawah, and his son's name, who the world inwardly called Jesus Christ, real name in the Hebrew is Yahawashi. Also give praise, honor, and glory unto the Rakapadash, the Holy Spirit, which is the force and entity that makes this edification possible. I want to say shalom to all you sincere-hearted Akim, YAHAWAH, that's you brothers and sisters that's making bodies a living sacrifice on a daily basis in this wicked and adulterous generation. Also want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us the truth and who rule well. We're going to jump straight into it, man. As it be, we're going to cover a little bit of prophecy this morning. It's a time to be alive. It's a lot happening, and if you're not buckled, under the mindset that YAHAWASHI is given into, us, with this truth, you will be, man, you're unraveling in this time. You're going to be caught out there, without a hedge of protection. So, this truth, let's get this real quick in Isaiah 33. And this is a staple scripture, man. Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of YAHAWASHI is his treasure. Yeah, that's right. This wisdom and knowledge, right, which is his truth that the Lord has given unto, those dry bones, particularly those that have that are predestinated to receive of the salvation, is going to be the stability of our times. This is what's going to keep us stable, because the Lord is throwing out a flurry of judgments, man. His judgments are being, let's grab this real quick in Amos, the 5th chapter. It's Amos chapter 5. In verse 24, but let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. And the Lord is flooding this place with his judgments, man. One morning you'll wake up, you see 2 mass shootings. The next morning, you see a new plague. You hear another war or a rumor of war going on. And that's what we're going to touch into, man. And these are things that YAHAWASHI has declared from the beginning. And we're living in the fruition of these things. Everything is being performed by YAHAWASHI now. This is Ezekiel 39 and verse 8 in the NLT. That day of judgment will come. See, that day of judgment will come. And Esau Edom has diverted the minds of the people and enchanted them, believing that the Lord is not going to bring every work into judgment. He literally has the masses fooled that just because slavery so-called happened 400 years ago, so-called, that the Lord forgot. Well, now there is no God. There will be no judgment. All right, we are your God. But no, pursuing the scriptures and clearly looking at the things that's happening upon planet Earth, the Lord he's visiting the world which he made, as he says in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. He's clearly visiting this place, man. And you can feel it. You can feel it in the air, man. These worldlings out here, they feel it, but they don't know what it is. It just feels as if, they're more in distress. They're more in stress, but they can't pinpoint it and understand what it is, but we can. And we're telling you every day, starting with the apostles and elders, we're telling you every day what it is that you're feeling and what you're seeing. This is the Lord visiting the world which he made, man. And he's judging the people, the inhabitants of it, because of their wickedness. That day of judgment will come, says the sovereign YAHAWASHI. Everything will happen just as I have declared it. And how's the Lord declared it? Through his prophecies, right? And who utters the prophecies? His prophets, man. So what you hear, brothers, those men that you count off as being strange, weird, foolish, right? Those words that's coming out of their mouth, those are the words that YAHAWASHI has declared. All we're doing is just quoting the precepts, man, and giving the sense thereof, right? And now you people have nothing to say because the Lord is working up on our behalf, man, by action. And he's being made known by this, pursuant to Psalms 9 and 16. All right, let's grab that real quick and we're going to jump into the lesson. Psalms 9 and 16, YAHAWASHI is known by the judgment which he executeth. He's making himself known. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion Salah. Yeah, that's right. And the wicked is going to be snared in the work of their own hands, starting with the elites and you people on down, you simple ass people, right? But especially Esau Edom, man. And this snare, you know, that he's trying to devise up, you know, this NWO, which is nothing new, man. A lot of nations have tried it before, you know, starting with those Hamites in Genesis the 11th chapter, right? All throughout history, they tried it, and what has happened to them? They were all snared in the work of their own hands. The Lord, the Lord confused their counsels. So, what makes you think that Esau Edom is just going to just because he got technology, he can, you know, finally get that thing erected? No, man. The Lord's about to confuse his counsels, and he's confused already. But anyway, let's jump into these articles. So we have a new plague on the horizon, right? This is off of endtimeheadlines.org. It says at least 18 have died from spreading tick-borne, that V word. You know, hopefully you're following along, because I'm not going to say certain words due to these deceivers, man. It says at least 18 have died from spreading tick-borne V word that causes nosebleed fever. So got a new thing out there on top of the gorilla pox. Says nosebleed fever is as gruesome as it sounds. Your nose bleeding, you got a horrible fever, right? Says more technically called Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever. The tick-borne V word has been detected in some 120 people in Iraq since January, including 18 who have died from that D word. Officials have warned, fearing an escalating spread, right? Fearing an escalated spread. So, as YAHAWASHI told us, let's get this. It's 2nd Ezra 15 and 27. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and you shall remain in them. And who's those people that's going to remain in them? These wicked doers. Now, even the elect, but they're not going to be touched by them, pursuant to Psalms the 91st chapter. How no plague shall come nigh our dwelling. Why? Because we made YAHAWASHI our habitation, and we fear him. We know his holy name. It says, for now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and you shall remain in them. For the Most High shall not deliver you, because you have sinned against him. See? And you people are going to realize at the end of the day, there's nothing sweeter than fearing the Lord. That's the whole conclusion of the matter, man. Fear the Lord and keep his commandments. It's simple, but yet Esau has diverted the minds of the people as if, you know, that's some strange thing. If it's hard, the laws and statutes and commandments, you don't have to do those anymore. Jesus came and freed you from those burdensome laws. When yet, that's what's going to help, you know, preserve your life. Now, we know, you know, there's going to be no justification of you keeping the laws, statutes, commandments of your own power, because we can't keep it perfectly in this flesh. But you having faith, you fearing the Lord, and you trying your best in this flesh, the Lord's going to look down upon you and be pleased, man. Right? But this is going back to that article real quick. It says the onset of illness causes rapid and severe internal and external bleeding in infected patients. Man, you got internal and external bleeding, man. You just all messed up. It says including through the nose, hence his nickname, nosebleed fever. Though the virus is hosted in ticks, most individuals, damn, I said the word. Most individuals pick it up by coming in contact with animal blood, usually occurring among those who work with livestock and slaughterhouses. So, you know, we just got a new thing out there. Just wanted to bring that out, just to let you know that the words of the Lord are true. What did Yahawashi say in Matthew 24 and 3? And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world, meaning the end of the age, the end of Esau's rulership. And Yahawashi answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of war. And who's the main one doing that? Esau, Edom. He's the one that's coming as if, you know, he's the anointed. He has the answers. He is the Most High. All right. Says, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and that's what we're going to touch into the next. You know, we got another article. Says, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Why? Because we're in the beginning of the birth pangs. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. We see that. I shared a video, you know, there's a short snippet, you know, on the channel, on this YouTube channel, like 2 days ago, over there in Sri Lanka, man, you have massive food riots. You know, those fire trucks, they got to spray people with them deck guns from the fire truck, keep people away. People just rioting because they hungry. And what makes you think America is immune to that, man? And there shall be famines and pestilences. See, pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Let's go into that word pestilence real quick. It says in diverse places. All right, this happened all over the world. That's why we're reading about this pestilence over there in Iraq. And they're saying it's going to spread. Pestilence. Pestilent fellow, plague, right? Just like the Lord was plaguing Egypt with those particular things, you know, those particular plagues. That's what the Lord's doing in this spiritual Egypt, as he says in 2 Ezra 15. Let's get that real quick. 2 Ezra 15 and verse. Give me 1 second. 2 Ezra 15. Plays for 4. No, yeah, come on. Get out of time. Here we go. 11. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues, see, as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. What land is that talking about, man? America, the spiritual Egypt, pursuant to Revelation 11 and 8. All right, so this Egypt was getting smitten with plagues as it was before. See, so let's go to this article real quick. Same headline. I mean, same website. End time headlines. So the work, it says Russia has just threatened to wipe out the entire U.S. in chilling warning over Ukraine. Whoo! Call Allah YAHAWASHI. We're living in some beautiful but yet dangerous times. It's beautiful because we see the downfall of our enemy, but yet it's dangerous because we got to go through the straight gate. Sirach 25 and verse 7, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter it with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Yes, yes, man, this is what we've been looking for, right? And the Lord he's working on our behalf, man. We don't have to lift up a finger to try to fight. All right, the Lord is going to fight this battle for us. Let's grab that real quick in 2 Chronicles 20. Let me get it right here in the NLT. 2 Chronicles 20 and verse 9. And this is when our forefathers were pretty much had their backs up against the ropes once again, you know, as we oftentimes have had throughout our existence. You know, Jacob has always been found in some type of trouble, some type of enemy trying to come and, you know, besiege us, wage war against us. Where here in this time, you had a conglomerate of nations, right? You had the Edomites, you had them. Well, it tells you right here, wars with surrounding nations. After this, the armies of the Moabites, Ammonites, and some of the Menuhites declared war on Jehoshaphat. That was a particular king in Israel. Messengers came and told Jehoshaphat, a vast army from Edom. See, a vast army from Edom is marching against you from beyond the Dead Sea. They are already at Hazan Tamar. This was another name for En-Gedi. So Those are some of the same nations you see in Psalms, the 83rd chapter. That conglomerate of nations who take counsel to cut us off from being a people. So there's an ancient hatred from all these nations, not just Edom, but all these nations, man, the Moabites, the Ammonites, right? So here in this time, the Lord delivered us, right? So skipping down here to verse, where's that at? 9. They said, and this is what our forefathers were saying, they said, whenever we are faced with any calamity such as war, plague, or famine, we can come to stand in your presence before this temple. And that's what we're doing now, right? The Lord told us whenever any calamity comes, such as war, plague, famine, we can come and stand before his presence, man. And this is the Lord's presence, man. You tell me, where else can you find the presence of the Lord right now? Is it in Creflo Dollar's church? Is it in Bishop Eddie Long's church? Is it in what's that nigga name? Louis Farrakhan's congregation? No, this is the presence of YAHAWASHI, this truth. And he's with his people, man. He's with his temple today. And the elect makes up that temple, man. So he says, they said, whenever we are faced with any calamity such as war, plague, or famine, we can come to stand in your presence before this temple where your name is honored. Where else is the Lord's name honored? Nowhere, man. They don't even know the right names. Further proving that it's right here. It says, we can cry out to you to save us. That's right, man. That's all we got to do. And I did a lesson yesterday through the Spirit, man. You have not because you ask not. You know, so ask the Lord to save you. You know, pray that let's get that real quick in Luke 21. Yahawashi told us to pray for this, man. What's the purpose of you being in this truth and you don't believe you'll be saved, or you don't even pray for salvation? You just hear of all the prophecies, you know, but you don't pray to, you know, get out of it, man. This is why we go into the fear of the Lord, you know, so you can be wooed to pray for salvation, you know, to let this be your desire. Yahawashi said this in Luke 21 and verse, give me 1 second. It's like I was in the wrong translation. There we go. Luke 21 and 36, watch ye therefore and pray always that you may be accounted worthy, to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. Yahawashi himself, the one that's bringing this havoc and the one that's bringing the salvation. He told us to pray that we may be accounted worthy to escape all these things, man. All right? Like I said, you have not because you ask not. So don't be one of those people who won't be getting saved because you didn't pray for it. All right? If you're obedient, you know, if you're faithful to YAHAWASHI, you're serving him, man, listen, that's a perk. There's perks behind that. So pray for salvation. Right? Because he's clearly giving it to people, right? A very few number, but you have a good chance of being in that number if you're in his presence, man. So going back to 2 Chronicles, let's see if I can find that again. I think I deleted it. Dang. Give me 1 second. What a time to be alive, man. 2 Chronicles 20 and 9, again, it says, they said, whenever we are faced with any calamity such as war, plague, or famine, we can come to stand in your presence before this temple where your name is honored. We can cry out to you to save us, and you will hear us and rescue us. See, the elect, skipping down here to verse 17. This is what the Lord told us. But you will not even need to fight. You will not even need to fight. This is why we're not advocating for you to go get guns. And man, listen, let's get this real quick, man. So many scriptures that go into it. There's perks behind being an obedient Israelite. Psalms 33, but it takes faith. This is how you're going to be saved, is through faith. Psalms 33 and verse 12. Blessed is the nation, right? And what blessed nation is that? Israel. Blessed is the nation whose power or whose God is Yahawah. Why? Because he fights for you. He's known as what? The God of salvation. If he's the God of salvation, well, that means you ain't got to do nothing other than just have faith in him and do what he tells you to do. But as far as fighting, you ain't got to do that. Now, we do know that the Lord will put his vengeance and his anger upon certain of the elect men, right? But that's going to be after he saves them. Lord willing, I'll be a part of that number, right? It says, blessed is the nation whose power is Yahawah, and the people whom he have chosen for his own inheritance, man. Come on. All right, so let's go back. 2 Chronicles 20:17, then we're going to go into that article. The Spirit just wants me to bring this out. It says, but you will not even need to fight. Take your positions. Take your position. What's your positions, man? All right, and be steadfast in this truth, 10 toes down. Stand in order. Then stand still and watch the Lord's victory. Woo! He is with you, O people of Judah and Jerusalem. Do not be afraid or discouraged. Go out against them tomorrow, for the Lord is with you. That's right. Don't be afraid. Don't be discouraged. Because this article we about to read, right? This will scare the hell out of somebody that's not in this truth. That's not in the court of this temple, man. Right? But see, us, the Lord has commanded us, don't be afraid. I got you. Right? Look back into the former generations and look at your forefathers, man, when they were in dire situations, when the enemy was about to attack them. They cried out to me and I saved them. Right? So this headline says, Russia has just threatened to wipe out the entire U.S. in chilling warning over Ukraine. It says a chilling moment on Russian state TV on Monday saw hosts issue the latest in a long line of threats. This time warning Putin could destroy the entire east coast of the U.S. with just 2 missiles. Poof, just 2 missiles, man. The entire U.S. east coast can be wiped out. This is why scriptures tell us don't fret because of the evildoers. Let's get that real quick. For they shall soon be cut down. Psalms 37:1, fret not thyself, meaning don't be vexed because of these people. Because in the flesh you will be, but we got to think, logically with a bigger picture, with scriptures on our mind. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. Why? For they shall soon, and we emphasize that word soon, be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. Just like the sun comes out and starts to wither down the grass, right? And the sun is made of what? Fire. And the Lord's going to send fire upon this place and burn up this grass, man. And the nations are also known as grass through scriptures, right? So this is why we don't fret, because they're about, man, soon they're about to be cut down. And hey, man, the Lord can take this thing down with just 2 missiles if he wanted to, man. Right? It says the Sun revealed that in footage from Russia's flagship propaganda show, a member of Russia's parliament boast about the nation's military might, before also labeling 2 million Ukrainians as incurable. The politician was joined on the talk show by blah, blah, blah. Skip down here. It says the lawmaker claimed that 2 of Russia's Sarmat Satan 2 missiles, that's what they named it, man, Satan 2 missiles. Oh, man. You got to remember, Russia, they're Edomites too. And they do the work of Satan, right? But really, this is the work of the Lord, right? It's just on the left-hand side. Right? It says Satan 2 missiles would destroy the entirety of America's East Coast. Before adding, it would take just 2 missiles for the West Coast as well. So 4 missiles, and there will be nothing left. They think the mushroom cloud will be taller than a high rise. The mushroom cloud will be visible from Mexico, says his name. I don't know his name. But scriptures speak about that mushroom cloud. When you go here to Isaiah 34, Isaiah 34 And verse 4, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll. What does that mean? The heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll, meaning that the atmosphere is going to be like a scroll. That's what happens when those mushroom clouds, come from those detonated missiles. When you look at old pictures of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, you'll see that mushroom cloud after that bomb was detonated. That's the heavens being rolled together as a scroll. It says, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth from off the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Yeah, he's going to, the horse and his rider, right? He's going to take down these people in the high places. There's going to be no more throne left for these people. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. And what's that sword that's going to be in heaven? Talking about those missiles, man. It's going to be in the skies. It says, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Let's get that in the NLT real quick. It says the heavens will melt away and disappear like a rolled up scroll. The stars will fall from sky like withered leaves from a grapevine or shriveled figs from a fig tree. And those stars is speaking about, it's talking about these higher ups, man. Actual stars ain't going to fall from the sky, because the Lord said that the ordinances of heaven will never be changed. It says, and when my sword has finished his work in the heavens, that sword, once again, is talking about the missiles. Well, you think the Lord's going to have a long iron metal sword just waving in the sky in the pendulum of motion? No. A sword is just a destroying mechanism, man. And what's that destroying mechanism that's going to be in the sky? The missiles. All right, also classified as arrows, man. In 2 Ezra 16 chapter, it's going to be shot from one end of the earth. Now, a regular arrow can't be shot from one end of the earth to the next. Right? And in the military, they even have code names for these missiles. And one of them, through the spirit, is what? Known as arrows. You can't make it up. So it says, and when my sword has finished his work in the heavens, it will fall upon Edom, the nation I have marked for destruction. And we see the Lord quickly about to bring this to pass, man. It's beautiful. So let's get this in Jeremiah chapter 50 and start right here, verse 41. It says, as the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, how did he overthrow Sodom and Gomorrah? By fire and brimstone. And he's gonna overthrow this spiritual Sodom, pursuant to Revelation 11:8, through brimstone, through fire, through those missiles. It says, and also through the fire from the chariots. It's gonna be fire all over the place, man. Gonna be fire coming from everything, man. The Lord Yahawashi wanted this. This is Luke 12. We get it all the time, right? But this is the Lord. This is what Yahawashi wants. He wants this place to burn up. Luke 12 and 49 in the NLT. This is what Yahawashi is saying. I have come to set the world on fire, and I wish it were already burning. Like Benjamin says, more fire. More fire. Well, that's what the Lord finna do, man. He finna bring more fire. Malachi 4:1 says that the day of the Lord shall burn as an oven. I ain't talking about your granny's oven. She preheats on 150. No, this is an oven that you ain't never felt before, man. And the Lord gonna bake your ass in it if you ain't right. And Jeremiah 50 and 40 says, as the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, says Yahweh, so shall no man abide there. And what is that there? It's talking about Babylon. That's how you know it's speaking about America, this virgin daughter of Babylon, because you actually have people still living in that in actual Babylon today, all right, which is known as Iraq. And it says the same thing in Isaiah 13, but it says, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. Behold, a people shall come from the north, and a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. Right? You got China, you got North Korea, you got Russia, and eventually even America's own allies, the NATO and the EU. It says they shall hold the bow and the lance, right? That's weapons of destruction, particularly those missiles, because a lance is a spear. Now, they can't throw a spear or a javelin from Russia and destroy a whole bunch